Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Anastasya Dihayu Proboningrum, who is often called Tasya. I am roll number 7 and come from class 11 RPL1. In this video, I will explain about narrative text. Surely, you are familiar with narrative text, right? To make it clearer, I will explain the definition of narrative text. Narrative text is a kind of text to retell the imaginative or factual story that past tense. There are 6 genres of narrative text, namely fable, myth, legend, folktale, fairy tales, and love story. The first is a fable, a story that tells about animals. Myth, story or myth that is considered factual. Legend, folklore that tells the origin of a place. Folktale, a story told from generation to generation so that it becomes a community tradition. Fairy tale, a children's story that contains elements of magic from the characters. And love story, a love story whose content is a struggle to gain the love of the main character. There are other genres such as science fiction, horror, history, and slice of life. The next is the purpose of narrative text. 1. To entertain the readers. 2. To amuse the readers. 3. To teach moral value. 4. To change social opinion. There are 3 generic structures of narrative text, namely orientation, complication, and resolution. Orientation, it set the scene and introduced the participants. It answered the question who, when, what, and where. Complication, tells the problems of the story and how the main characters solve them. This part includes situations, activities, or events that lead problem to the climax. It shows when the crisis arises. Resolution, the crisis is resolved. For better or worse, it shows the end of the story, usually a happy ending. Apart from these 3 generic structures, there are also other generic structures, namely evaluation, the stepping back to evaluate the story or the moral message of the story. Coda, change of the character of lessons or value of the story. Reorientation, the ending of the story. Language features, past tense, second form of verb, example, went, ate, met, etc. Time connective, example, after, before, after that, etc. Quoted speech, example, the fairy said. This is an example of narrative text. The title is Tobalik. The first and second paragraph are orientation. The third and fourth paragraph are complications. And the fifth paragraph is the resolution. That's all my explanation about the narrative text. If I made a mistake, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.